Hello, and welcome to another edition of our weekly unboxing. This will be the first chest from Season 4, so there'll definitely be some upgrades. I know that the dungeons were limited last week, so the max loot you could get from a dungeon was like a level 6. But we did do some 10s and some 11s. I don't think any, possibly people timed it, but I definitely didn't time any. Just kind of learning the new affects. It's kind of crazy with the... You have these obelisks that you have to go inside and kill extra bosses and stuff like that. So, but let's log in and check it out. So I did my DK, obviously, because that's my main character. I also ran my Demon Hunter through a level 10, and then I was working on my warrior. I did a level 3 on him. So let's check it out here. So. Okay, loot spec, Frost. Really hoping for, I mean, we're going to hope for weapons. We're going to start off by hoping for weapons because it's probably going to be super late in the season before I actually get one. So, let's see here. So the chest, I did an 11 mother load. I should have a 465 reward in it. So, well. Double check loot spec again. I posted a disc for people to check loot spec, and then I feel like Bear purposely didn't check loot spec. He was complaining. Let me see what he actually got. Oh, he got a strength trinket. That wouldn't be bad to get. Anyway, let's open it up and check it out. Bear's our healer, our paladin healer. Gloves. Ooh, a corrupted item. Okay, so 465 critical strike and mastery, plus 35 corruption. Your spells and abilities have a chance to increase your mastery by 915 for 10 seconds. So right now, I actually have a couple of... Well, I have like some 445 gloves, so these are definitely better than those. Although those do have a gem slot. It's going to be hard not to put those on. The gloves I'm wearing now, they have corruption on them as well and a gem slot. It says your attacks have a chance to trigger a beam of twilight devastation, dealing damage equal to 6% of your health to all your enemies in front of you. So that was simming higher, but yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely sim it. I imagine having new corruption with that difference in eye level is going to be better. Now supposedly if you get, like for me, infinite stars, like rank 3 specifically, is crazy good. It's like, you know, a third times better than anything else I can get with corruption. Now I don't really understand corruption, but I know that if you have too much, it definitely sucks, because basically what happens is so right now I have grasping tendrils. So when you take damage, it has a chance to reduce movement speed. But if you have 20, then you start to get a circle, like 20 or more. You get a circle of purple, like a purple circle, and you take damage, stacking damage the longer you stand in it. Which I got this ring from a world quest that's got corruption on it, which is like increases my versatility or whatever. And the sim showed that being really good, but at the time my gear, I had too much corruption, so the circle was really big. And I was trying to do a vision in Stormwind, and basically the circle of corruption was the same size as the room that you had to fight the boss in. So it made it really, really challenging. So plus, like, I can't really be running out, you know, with the when I'm trying to do Breath of Syndergosa, because that's just like a big chunk of damage. So, oh, key. So my key is a 10 freehold. Tyrannical, Bursting, Necrotic, Awakened. So the new affix is called Awakened. So, yeah, Bursting, that won't be too bad in Freehold. So Necrotic, that's if you're taking too much damage, you start to... It's a healer thing, so should be fine. Our healers are really good. Bursting stacks with Necrotic stacks, though. That's basically if we get too many bursting stacks, it's just gonna apply Necrotic to everybody. Oh god, I'm glad I don't heal. That sounds terrible for healers. So, but anyway, so we got 1780 resistance for, or 1790 titanium residium for the 11, which puts me at 2300. So I'm probably 2 weeks away. I'm gonna wait to buy, because I already have all like 445 gear, which is 450 basically. So like getting the 460 gear is not that big of a difference. So I'm just gonna save up for the 475 stuff. So it'll be 2 more weeks before I can get that. But alrighty. While I'm over here, I'll check my warrior. Yeah, so I found, kind of like Sunday, I was kind of did everything I wanted to do, so I was just picked a character, which my warrior technically was my first character, and I haven't really been playing him too much, but I spent it yesterday and got him up to like 432 just from opening quests and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of undecided because it's actually a really big pain to play an alt right now, because you have to not only have neck levels but also cape levels, and then there's dailies to do too. So it's not as easy as just logging in and doing a Mythic Plus and then calling it a week. So there's a lot of stuff to be relevant, but he did a level 3 key, so let's check it out, see what he's got. Hopefully for a weapon would be good. Ring. Ooh, a corrupt item. Oh, it's terrible corruption. Just increases your leech, and it gives you 45 corruption. With a gem slot. So that, I mean, it's only item level 445, but that's like a, I don't know what it takes to actually remove corruption, but that would be a corruption that would not be worth having. Other than if you're going to use the, see, there's a basically, there's this Azerite power called Heart of Darkness, which increases all your secondary stats if you have corruption level 25 or higher. So if you're trying to get 25 corruption, then that's good. Because, like, increasing each stat by 74 would increase, that's like basically having a gem and a half on. So that's quite a bit. So that'll be 1% or 2 for each thing. So his key will not be anything super sweet, but +2 mother load, tyrannical. No big deal there. Alright, check the demon hunter. I didn't do a lot on him last week. I did a key. I raided a tiny bit. I was actually busy on raid day, so I only killed 1 boss. And I did some visions. I got his cape up to 75, or level 5 rather. Neck is still a ways off, but let's see what we get. Weapons are always good. So I do have 2 440 weapons, so but still a 465 weapon. That's going to be where the most damage comes from, is from weapons. I guess also getting good corruption would be the other thing with that. No corruption. Oh, corruption. Okay, 465. Oh, 60 corruption. Your damage abilities build the Echoing Void each time. Echoing Void has a chance to collapse, dealing 2% of your health as shadow damage to all enemies nearby. It's not too bad. My gloves do have corruption. They have a chance to increase my haste by 1275, which I like better up front, and it has less corruption. Definitely have to sim. Obviously, the 15 eye level difference. I don't know how much difference the corruptions are gonna do for damage. So they have the same stats. They both have haste mastery. There's even more haste on the new ones, which is good for me. But I'll be losing the corrupted haste buff, which, you know, 1275 haste is quite a bit. I'm already at 20 corruption. What's another 25? So I would have to ditch something else, because 60 corruption's a lot for a thing I'm not too sure about. I honestly don't like the corruption. On the Demon Hunter, it's probably not as big of a deal because he's fast and he can move around. But the little purple circle was pretty annoying on my Death Knight for sure. So, okay, his key is a 9 mother load. So, did I get all? No, I had a freehold. I was gonna say, did I get all mother loads? Yep. So, well, not too bad there. And the Residium from a 10 is 1700. So, that's kind of what we thought, because they divided all the numbers by 10 just to keep it from ballooning to like being hundreds of thousands of Residium that you needed. Part of their stat squish mentality. So, I don't know. I might buy a chest piece. I'll have to do some. I'll do like a drop optimizer, because I'm on board with like waiting, but you know, on an alt character, waiting's not that much fun. So I do have other chest pieces, but they just don't sim as high. I might have even. Oh, I actually don't. Well, I have this one. I don't know. It's hard to keep track, but yeah. So that's it. I didn't get a chance to stream the dungeons that we ran. I did stream the raid. So we did 6 of 8 normal, and then 6 of 12 normal, and then 3 of 12 heroic. For my Death Knight there. So, but I'm interested. So I'm interested in playing probably one more character. So what I have to choose from is my warrior, my hunter, my paladin, my druid, my rogue, my shaman, and my monk. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys had any input as far as what you'd like to see kind of progress through the content. I'm kind of undecided. I probably won't. Not so much interested in the druid, because that means I'd have to tank or really learn how to DPS. And yeah, and tanking's fine, but sometimes it's easier just to. I say that, but actually all the dungeons I ran, I pretty much had to tank, except for one. But just because a new season, everybody was running keys and stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think? So I'm open to playing a secondary character. If anybody wants to see any class specifically, kind of work through the content, just let me know, and I'm open to suggestions. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. New season, new gear. I'm undecided if I like corruption. I kind of don't so far. It's just another thing. It's like Titan forging, only worse, in my opinion. Because instead of it just being a higher item level, now you got like, because like Titan forging was like at least every time it Titan forged, it was going to be good. And now if it Titan forges, it's corrupting, and it's random what the corruption you get is, and basically it can add a gem slot, or it can I think it can add a secondary stat, but it doesn't increase item level at all. Or it can add corruption. So, but the list of corruptions is pretty big, so it's pretty random. Like I saw leech increasing versatility, increasing haste, and then there's some special ability ones. So it's one of those things where you have to get an item to Titan Forge, and then like basically if it doesn't Titan Forge to the right corruption, then you're screwed. So because you're just adding corruption and it's the wrong corruption. Now you can remove corruption, which takes a currency of some sort that I'm not familiar with, but I'll have to investigate it more. But anyway, like I said, thanks for hanging out. Let me know. Let me know how your season went. How did your chest go? It's a new season, so new stuff. The new raid's pretty fun, especially compared to the last raid. The last raid I didn't care for very much at all. So, But this, I think mostly it's because this raid is very melee, specifically Frost DK friendly. I was doing pretty well for the most part. So, but anyway, thanks guys, and have a good one.